Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English Bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Electoral bonds, SC rejects SBI's plea for time extension. In a major setback to the State Bank of India, the Supreme Court on Monday trashed its plea seeking an extension of time and ordered it to disclose the details of electoral bonds to the Election Commission by close of business hours on 12 March. A five-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud also directed the Election Commission to publish the details shared by the bank on its official website by 5 p.m. on 15 March. The bench, also comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna, B.R. Gavai, J.B. Pardiwala, and Manoj Misra, put the SBI on notice that the apex court may be inclined to proceed against it for willful disobedience of its 15 February verdict if the bank failed to comply with its directions and timelines. In a landmark verdict delivered on 15 February, a five-judge constitution bench had scrapped the centre's electoral bond scheme that allowed anonymous political funding, calling it unconstitutional, and ordered disclosure by the EC of donors, the amount donated by them, and the recipients by 13 March. Ordering the closure of the scheme, the top court directed the SBI, the authorized financial institution under the scheme, to submit by 6 March the details of the electoral bonds purchased since 12 April 2019, till date to the Election Commission. On Monday, the bench was hearing the bank's application seeking an extension of time till 30th June to furnish the details. China protests to India over Modi's visit to Arunachal Pradesh. China on Monday lodged a diplomatic protest with India over Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Arunachal Pradesh last week, reiterating its claim over the area by saying India's moves will only complicate the boundary question. Prime Minister Modi on Saturday dedicated to the nation the Sela tunnel built at an altitude of 13,000 feet in Arunachal Pradesh that will provide all-weather connectivity to strategically located Tawang and is expected to ensure better movement of troops along the frontier region. The 825 crore rupees tunnel, constructed on the road connecting Assam's Tezpur to West Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh, is being built as the longest bi-lane road tunnel in the world at such an altitude. The Sela tunnel will provide for better movement of troops and weaponry to various forward locations along the line of actual control, LAC, with China, according to military officials. China, which claims Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet, routinely objects to Indian leaders' visits to the state to highlight its claims. Beijing has also named the area as Zangan. India has repeatedly rejected China's territorial claims over Arunachal Pradesh, asserting that the state is an integral part of the country. New Delhi has also dismissed Beijing's move to assign invented names to the area, saying it did not alter the reality.
मोदी की गारंटी तो सुन ही रहे हैं आप लोग, लेकिन मोदी की गारंटी का मतलब क्या होता है, ये जरा अरुणाचल में आएंगे ना, इतने दूर सुदूर आपको साक्षात नजर आएगा। पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट देख रहा है कि मोदी की गारंटी कैसे काम कर रही है। 2019 में यहीं से मैंने सेला टनल का शिलान्यास करने का काम किया था, और आज क्या हुआ? बन गया कि नहीं बन गया? बन गया कि नहीं बन गया? क्या इसको गारंटी कहते हैं कि नहीं कहते हैं? ये गारंटी पक्की गारंटी है कि नहीं है? देखिए 2019 में ही डोनी पोलो एयरपोर्ट का भी शिलान्यास मैंने किया था। आज ये एयरपोर्ट शानदार सेवाएं दे रहा है कि नहीं दे रहा है? अब बताइए, अगर मैंने 2019 में किया ना तो कुछ लोगों को लगता था कि मोदी तो चुनाव के लिए कर रहा है। समय कोई भी हो, वर्ष कोई भी हो, महीना कोई
Modi promises to double pace of implementing infra projects. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday launched a scathing attack on opposition Congress and its allies, saying that they are full of negativity, as he promised to double the pace of implementation of infrastructure projects to make India a developed nation by 2047. Inaugurating the 19-kilometer-long Haryana section of the Dwarka Expressway that will cut travel time between Delhi and adjoining business hub in Gurugram, he said the astonishing pace of starting and completing infra projects has given Congress and its India Alliance sleepless nights, as they are used to only tom-tomming projects whose foundation stones were laid with no completion in sight. Detailing the pace of his government's approach to infrastructure projects, the Prime Minister said he has laid the foundation stone or inaugurated projects worth 10 lakh rupees crore in less than 3 months of the current calendar year. Earlier, Modi opened the Haryana section of the Dwarka Expressway, which has been built at a cost of 4,100 crore rupees. The total length of Dwarka Expressway is 29 kilometers, being developed at an investment of 9,000 crore rupees. Dwarka Expressway is India's first elevated 8-lane axis-control urban expressway, which is part of the 60,000 crore rupees highway development plan in the NCR to decongest the national capital. The Haryana section of Dwarka Expressway includes two packages of 10.2 km Delhi-Haryana border to Basai Railover Bridge, Rob, and 8.7 km Basai Rob to Kherki Dola. Addressing an event after inaugurating and laying the foundation stone for 114 National Highway (NH) projects, Modi said the nation has taken another big and important step towards modern connectivity. He said the Dwarka Expressway will change the travel experience between Delhi and Haryana forever and will shift gear not just in the vehicles but also in the lives of the people of the region.
साल 2024 में ही यहां के लोग तो ज्यादा समझदार है। आप सुनिए, 2024 में ही, यानी अभी 2024 का 3 महीना भी पूरा नहीं हुआ है, इतने कम समय में अब तक 10 लाख करोड़ रुपए की परियोजनाओं का या तो शिलान्यास किया है या तो लोकार्पण हो चुका है। ये तो मैं सिर्फ उन प्रोजेक्ट की चर्चा कर रहा हूं जिनमें मैं खुद शामिल हुआ हूं। उसके सिवाय मेरे मंत्रियों ने, हमारे मुख्यमंत्रियों ने जो किया वो अलग। और आप देखिए, 5-5 साल में कभी आपने सुना नहीं होगा, देखा नहीं होगा। 2014 के पहले का जमाना जरा याद करिए। आज भी यहां एक दिन में देश भर के लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा की
SC rejects Maha government's plea for stay of acquittal Professor Sai Baba. The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a Maharashtra government application seeking a stay on the acquittal of former Delhi University Professor Jan Sena and others in the Maoist links case, and said the Bombay High Court order clearing them of the charges is prima facie well-reasoned. A bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and Sandeep Mehta, however, admitted the state government's appeal against 5th March order of the High Court. The bench also rejected the oral request of Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju, appearing for the Maharashtra government, for early listing of the appeal and said it will come up for hearing in due course of time. There cannot be any urgency to reverse order acquittal, the court asserted. Normally, the court would have dismissed this appeal, but since this court has earlier interfered with the acquittal order, it will have to honor that and hence it is admitting the appeal for hearing. Otherwise, this is a very well-reasoned judgment by the High Court. In ordinary course, we would not have entertained this appeal. The parameters of interference with acquittal orders are very limited, the bench said. Chief Minister launches housing scheme in Telangana. Telangana Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy on Monday launched in Bhadrachalam in Telangana the Indiram housing scheme aiming to provide houses to those from the economically weaker sections. Under the scheme, the state government will distribute house patas in the name of women. The government has already sanctioned 4.50 lakh Indiram houses at a cost of 22,500 crore rupees, an official release said, alleging that BRS Supremo K. Chandrasekhar Rao sought votes in the name of double-bedroom houses and deceived the public in the last 10 years. Revanth Reddy said people have buried the KCR regime and elected the welfare rule of late PM Indira Gandhi. The Congress party and Khammam district are maintaining a special bond, and it is the reason the government launched the Indiram housing scheme from here. He further said, under the Indiram housing scheme, the government will provide 5 lakh rupees financial assistance to people to build houses on their own housing plots. The houses will be sanctioned to the deserving poor. The Chief Minister said the Congress government has been providing cooking gas cylinders at 500 rupees and also free bus travel to women in the state-run RTC buses besides providing 200 units of free power to the beneficiaries. He demanded that the BJP make public the details of houses sanctioned to the poor in Telangana and alleged that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government at the centre claimed many lives of the farmers with its policies, the release added. Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka also spoke in the meeting. Meanwhile, Revanth Reddy, along with his wife, on Monday offered prayers at Sri Lakshmi Narsimha Swami Temple at Yadadri, about 60 km from the state capital Hyderabad.
గత 10 సంవత్సరాలలో డబుల్ బెడ్రూమ్ ఇల్లు ఇస్తా అన్నాడు. 2014 ఎన్నికల కంటే ముందు డబ్బా ఇల్లు వద్దు, డబుల్ బెడ్రూమ్ ఇల్లు ముద్దు, కొడుకు కోడలుంటే యాడుంటారు, పండుగ పూట బిడ్డ అల్లుడు వస్తే యాడవంటారు అని పేదవాళ్ల కలల మీద కేసీఆర్ ఓట్ల వ్యాపారం చేసిండు. నిజంగానే ఇంతకాలం ఇల్లు లేక, కిరాయి ఇంట్లలో ఉండలేక, కిరాయి కట్టలేక, సొంత ఇల్లు ఉన్న గుడిసెలోనో పేద ఇంట్లోనో ఉండే ప్రతి పేదవాళ్ళు ఆలోచన చేసిండ్రు. అయ్యో కేసీఆర్ సార్ ఏదో చెప్తున్నాడు, నిజంగానే మనకి ఇల్లు ఇస్తే పండుగ పూట కొడుకు కోడలు గాని బిడ్డ అల్లుడితోని సంతోషంగా గడపొచ్చని. ఒక్కసారి కాదు, చెప్పిన కథనే మళ్ళా చెప్పి ఎమ్మెల్యే ఎలక్షన్లు కావచ్చు, ఎంపీ ఎలక్షన్లు కావచ్చు, సర్పంచ్ ఎలక్షన్లు కావచ్చు, ఎంపీడీసీ ఎలక్షన్లు కావచ్చు, 2 సార్లు 10 ఏళ్ళు పదే చెప్పిందే చెప్పి తెలంగాణ ప్రజల్ని మోసం చేసి ఇక తెలంగాణ ప్రజలు ఆయన మోసానికి, ఆయన అబద్ధాల మాటలకు కాలం చెల్లింది అని చెప్పి మొన్న జరిగిన శాసనసభ ఎన్నికల్లో కేసీఆర్ ను బీఆర్ఎస్ ను బొందబెట్టి ఇందిరమ్మ రాజ్యం తెచ్చుకున్నారు. మిత్రులారా, చాలా సంతోషం. ఈ రోజు భద్రాచలంలో భద్రాద్రి రాముడు సాక్షిగా వారి ఆశీర్వాదం తీసుకొని పేద ప్రజల యొక్క చిరకాల కోరిక, ప్రతి దళిత గిరిజన బడుగు బలహీన మైనారిటీ వర్గాల యొక్క ఆత్మ గౌరవం ఇందిరమ్మ ఇల్లు. పేదవాడు గ్రామాలలో ఆత్మ గౌరవంతో బ్రతకాలి, 10 మంది ముందు తలెత్తుకొని నిలబడాలి అని అంటే ప్రతి పేదవాడికి సొంత ఇల్లు ఉండాలి అన్న ఆలోచన ఆనాడు ఇందిరమ్మ చేసి లక్షలాది ఇందిరమ్మ ఇల్లు పేదవాళ్లకు ఆనాడు కాంగ్రెస్ ప్రభుత్వం ఇచ్చింది.
The Andhra Pradesh Electricity Regulatory Commission has recently released the retail supply tariff order for the financial year 2024-25. The good news is that there is no additional burden to electricity consumers in the state, except for railway traction charges. The Commission has assured the people that the present tariff will continue for the second consecutive year. The APERC has proposed a subsidy of 13,589.18 crore rupees for the Andhra Pradesh Central Power Distribution Company Limited, Andhra Pradesh Eastern Power Distribution Company Limited, and Andhra Pradesh Southern Power Distribution Company Limited. This year, the state government will bear an additional cost of about 3,453.96 crore rupees compared to the previous year's subsidy. The present year's subsidy was 10,135.22 crore rupees, and the newly proposed subsidy will be 13,589.18 crore rupees. The tariff was announced by APERC Chairman Justice C.V. Nagarjuna Reddy in a press conference held at the Farmers Training Center on the premises of the Water Resources Department in Vijayawada on Monday. The Commission has proposed relief for the sago-producing millers and poultry plants in the new tariff. However, the APERC has raised the tariff for railway traction from 5.50 rupees to 6.50 rupees per unit, as there has been no increase in the tariff since 2020-21. Leaders of the TDP, BJP and Jan Sena party began crucial talks here on Monday to finalize the seat-sharing deal for the forthcoming Assembly and Lok Sabha elections in Andhra Pradesh. Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and BJP National Vice President Bajant Jai Panda held talks with TDP Chief N. Chandrababu Naidu and Jan Sena party leader Pawan Kalyan at Naidu's residence at Undvalli here. Jan Sena party's Political Affairs Committee Chairman, Nadendra Manohar, the TDP's Andhra Pradesh Unit President, K. Achannaidu and others were also present at the meeting. The talks began days after the three parties agreed to have an electoral alliance. Following 2 rounds of talks with Union Home Minister Amit Shah in New Delhi last week, the TDP also decided to rejoin the NDA. The TDP and Jan Sena party declared their seat adjustment plan on 24 February. Naidu had agreed to leave 24 out of 175 assembly seats and 3 out of 25 Lok Sabha seats for Pawan Kalyan's party. The same day Naidu announced TDP candidates for 94 assembly seats while Pawan Kalyan released the first list of 5 candidates of the Jan Sena party for the assembly polls. TTD Trust Board decides to regularize services contract, outsourcing staff. TTD Trust Board meeting was held at Annamaya Bhavan in Tirumal on Monday under the chairmanship of Sri Bhumna Karunakara Reddy. The board approved to create 479 nurse posts to provide better medical services in view of the increasing number of patients in SWIMS hospital. In the past in TTD, most of the recruitment of contract and outsourcing employees was made following their requirement in the respective areas and not through any notification, rule of reservation. To regularize the services of such employees as per Go number 114, the TTD board has decided to send a report state government to relax rules to facilitate regularization of employees. The board also approved the construction of hostels for providing accommodation to all the female students admitted in TTD colleges without any recommendation. Tender approval was taken for the construction of 10 lifts in Pack 1 for the convenience of devotees in Tirumal at a cost of 1.88 crores rupees. Sanction of security fencing left in the outer cordon area of Sri Padmavati Rest House, similarly, Balaji Nagar East Side at 1.50 crores rupees. The TTD board approved to take up developmental works of the remaining 184 quarters of old C-type, D-type, new C-type and D-type quarters of TTD employees in Tirumal with 14 crores rupees. Modi's campaign on guarantees will not change truth, Congress. The Congress on Monday launched a scathing attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying his relentless campaign on Modi ki guarantee cannot change the truth that he will say whatever he needs to in order to win an election and his warranty is now over. Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh said the Prime Minister is going around the country proclaiming the virtues of his guarantees, and since he has already been in power for a decade, one must do a status update of 10 guarantees he has given during his tenure. Since 2014, the number of unemployed persons has gone from 1 crore to 4 crore, and to cover up its failures, unpaid domestic work and pakora sales have been labelled as jobs by this government, Ramesh said in his post on X. Instead, widespread agrarian distress due to inadequate MSP and rising input costs has caused farmer indebtedness to increase by 60%. In these circumstances, about 1 lakh farmers have died by suicide since 2014, he said. Markets break today rally. Sensex plunge over 600 points. Stock market benchmark Sensex declined by 616.75 points on Monday, snapping its today gaining streak due to selling in metal and banking shares amid weak trends in the global markets. Taking a breather after a record-breaking rally, the 30-share BSE Sensex declined by 616.75 points or 0.83% to settle at 73,502.64 due to profit-taking. During the day, the barometer tanked 685.48 points to 73,433.91. The broader Nifty slumped by 160.90 points or 0.72% to close at 22,332.65. In the short term, Nifty could experience weakness, possibly leading to a decline toward the range of 22,200 to 22,250. Looking at the upside, immediate resistance is identified at 22,400 based on closing prices, Rupak D., senior technical analyst at LKP Securities, said. Among Sensex firms, Power Grid and Tata Steel fell more than 2%. HDFC Bank, State Bank of India, IndusInd Bank, Hindustan Unilever and NTPC were among the major laggards. Nestle, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance were among the gainers. Continued sell-off in global markets due to uncertainty over rate cuts impacted the domestic market sentiment, which is currently at an overbought level. The stronger-than-expected U.S. non-farm payroll data and caution ahead of the release of U.S. inflation data tomorrow kept investors on the edge, said Vinod Nair, head of research, Geojit Financial Services. Hyderabad woman murdered, body found in wheelie bin in Australia. Grim photos have revealed the horrific scene where a young mother's body was found stuffed inside a wheelie bin which had been left on an isolated road in Australia. According to Australian media, the body of Chaitanya Sweta Madhagani was discovered just after midday on Sunday inside a green waste bin at Buckley, about 37 kilometers west of Geelong. Geelong is the second largest Victorian city behind Melbourne. Sources with knowledge of the investigation told the Herald Sun Miss Madhagani's husband, Ashok Raj Varikupala, flew back to India in recent days with the couple's son. He rang family members in Victoria and gave them information about her death before agreeing to cooperate with the police investigation, according to the outlet. Photos taken at the site show the bin with the green lid half hidden in the bushland beside a crumpled bundle of white material lying on the ground nearby. When police arrived on the isolated road, they found the body of the young mother often had been placed inside the bin. A police spokesman confirmed the line of investigation at the second scene was linked to the deceased woman. Karnataka Home Minister G. Parmeshwar on Thursday said sleuths investigating into first March blast at the city's popular eatery have identified the suspect. He said the investigators are verifying the suspect's identity and are getting closer to him. Investigation into the blast, caused by an improvised explosive device, at the quick-service eatery in Brookfield area in Information Technology Corridor in East Bangalore that left 10 people injured, is being carried by the National Investigation Agency, which is being assisted by the Central Crime Branch of the Bangalore Police. On the trail of the suspect, the sleuths investigating the case had visited Tumkuru, Ballari, and Kalburagi. NIA has announced 10 lakh rupees cash reward for information leading to the arrest of the bomber, and also released CCTV pictures and videos of the suspect. thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV every day. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.